demonstrating how to properly use a balance. The first thing we're going to do is tart our balance and make sure that it's zero out. Okay, now we're going to open our balance and place this little beaker inside of the balance to get the mass. We're going to close it tight. Okay, now the balance is calculating the mass of the beaker. There is an uncertainty that lies within the last digit of the mass. Also, external factors may cause the readout to shift, such as air and any type of movement around the balance. So to combat this, we have to remain still and make sure that the door is closed tightly. Now, I'm going to record my initial mass, and it is 28.1777 grams. Now I'm going to take the beaker out of the balance and close the door. The next thing I'm going to do is transfer some of this blue liquid into my beaker. Okay, we're going to stop it. Alright. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zero out my balance again. Now I will open the door and place the beaker back inside the balance. I'm going to close it tightly and find my final mass. And another thing is that it's important to consistently use the same balance throughout your experiment, because if you use like two different balances, they might not be calibrated correctly and you'll end up with incorrect results. Okay, so now record my final mass, which is 31.4063 grams. And that is it on how we use our balance.
In order to use the balance correctly, what we're going to do is we're going to tar our balance, which means we press this, and so everything is zeroed, okay? Now we're going to open our door and place our empty beaker in here. So this will be our initial mass. Okay, we make sure to close the balance door. And so this is our initial mass. The last digit over here is the uncertain digit because any type of movement around the balance can alter our result. Our initial mass, which is 28.1715 grams. Okay? And now what we're going to do, we're going to take out our beaker, place it over here, and close it. So, in order to measure our final mass, we're going to suck this blue liquid out and measure its mass. Transfer all of this in here. Okay, again, we're going to zero out our balance first, also known as tarring our balance. And we're going to put this in here. And we make sure to close the door. So our final mass is 30.8667 grams. Okay. It is important to use the same balance throughout your experiment because if you change from one place to another, that your result won't be calibrated correctly. And that is the end of our video.
Today I'm going to be showing you how to use the balance properly. The first thing you're going to do is open the door, make sure this is on 0, and you're going to put the beaker inside and make sure the door is shut tightly because you don't want any movement or air around it to affect the reading. It's going to show you the mass, and the uncertainty is always in the last digit. So right here you can see your mass is 71.349, and that's your initial mass. Take it out and get your graduated pipette, get a little bit of water in it, stop it with your thumb, and then put the water into the beaker again. Then lay it down, put the beaker back onto the balance, and shut the door. And your final mass, which is 75.021, get the mass of the water. If you subtract the final mass of the beaker, and when you do that, you get 3.217, the mass of the water that was inside of the